Okay everyone, a look at tonight's episode, and could be a good one, or it could at least have a good start. Now, picking up from where we left off last night, we have BLU and SHEA there to decide between each other which one of them should leave. And as you can recall, last night we ended with BLU saying, "I ain't effing going," and SHEA saying, "Well, I'm not going either." And now they've got to tough it out and work out who's going to go. Now, The Sun has done a little report on this because they've got a bit of exclusive information to share with us. Let's have a look. BLU confidently said, "I ain't effing leaving," as SHEA echoed, "I ain't either." And now The Sun can reveal that BLU and SHEA get into a rather tense war of words in the most savage dumping twist ever. A Villa source tells The Sun things got very heated between BLU and SHEA after the savage twist, that they have to decide between them who will go. Viewers will see it play out in tonight's episode, but it's really tense. Neither of them wants to back down, and while it doesn't get physical, they get into a real war of words, and some of the things they said to each other were brutal. Shame it doesn't get physical. I was really hoping that maybe one of them would run to the kitchen, get a saucepan, and the other one would grab like some eggs, and they'd throw stuff at each other, and it would get really, really funny. But that's not going to happen. That's never happened, and I'm amazed it's never happened, quite frankly. So we'll get the brutal war of words. Who do you think is going to be dumped? As I said in my video last night, I do think, my money anyway, is on SHEA, because BLU's been there a bit longer, SHEA's just arrived, and SHEA's got a kid. And I think he should go home to his kid and not be on Love Island. I know, my opinion, but you know, I just feel like that's more appropriate. He can date people in the city or town where he lives. He doesn't need to come on Love Island. So I would rather SHEA went home. But who's your money on? Who would you rather stayed? I mean, BLU, I have to say, is slightly enigmatic. I mean, at first I just thought he was a bit rude because of the way he behaved with Alima. But he's managed to kind of weave his way through this week, hasn't he? He did that stuff with Shakira. He's no dummy. He's kept himself in the spotlight, but he just doesn't seem to be particularly warm in terms of his personality. He kind of is, he's just kind of there and a bit kind of, yeah, it's me, I'm here. Yeah, just kind of one word here and there. But there we go. I mean, you know, he is, I don't know enough about him yet to kind of really pass any sort of cohesive judgment. But I don't mind him, but I think SHEA has thus far been rather dull. The only conversation I enjoyed with him was last night when I think he was speaking to Megan, and he did open up a little bit about his life and about his kid, but again it was very brief and boring. So there we go. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to leave. Now we also, guys, have 3 bombshells arriving tonight apparently. 3 female bombshells arriving. Let's have a look at these photos that have been posted on the Love Island feed, so you can have a look at them. So first we have Emily, who I mentioned in yesterday's video. She is from Australia, as far as I'm aware. So that is Emily right there. Followed by Malaysia. And Malaysia, I don't know, is she from another country or is she from Great Britain? Who knows? But there's Malaysia. And finally we have Yasmin. Now, interesting, isn't it? Because you know what? Yasmin looks a little bit like Shakira. Don't you think? A little bit. Not loads, but a little bit like Shakira. So maybe Shakira will get a bit of competition from Yasmin. Those are our 3 new bombshells. That's quite a lot of bombshells. And I guess they're entering at some point tonight. I just need to corroborate that. Right, let's get into some more information on tonight's episode, guys. Here's the full release. Forget movie night, as Love Island has turned things up a notch with a brutal new twist. During tonight's episode, Harry gets a text which reads, "Boys, clear your schedules and get ready to leave the villa. Hashtag bro time, hashtag beers and bants." The boys don't hold back their excitement about having some time with the lads. But all is really not as it seems, as later that evening after the boys head out, the girls are shocked to find that they won't be without plenty of entertainment. Walking into the garden, the girls are stunned to be greeted with a big screen. And for the first time in Love Island history, the girls are beginning to watch exactly what the boys are up to, as it's being streamed straight into the villa. Wow. And the boys have no idea. As they catch on that they can see and hear the boys talking, a stunned Meg says, "F off." Alima adds, "We'll get to see how they act." As the boys discuss their current pairings, bro code in full force, the girls aren't entirely thrilled with what they hear. And the surprises don't stop there, as all of a sudden, the boys are greeted by not 1, not 2, but 3 brand new bombshells. Emily, Malaysia, and Yasmin crash the boys' night and waste no time in getting to know the group. Megan sees them and shouts, "There's 3 of them!" A stunned Meg adds, "You're joking." Harry asks the new Bombshells, "Are you coming back with us?" Alicia says, "Of course I am." Yasmin adds to the boys, "Tell us what your situation is in the villa at the moment." They fill them in on their current situations and how they're feeling. But as they're blissfully unaware that their every move is being watched, they don't hold back with their answers. Okay, I quite like that twist. I mean, it's very early days to be doing stuff with screens and everything, isn't it, guys? Wow, modern technology or what? But normally this would be reserved for sort of movie night time, but we're getting to see things early. I guess the whole point of this is keep us watching, keep the drama flowing. Interesting to see what the boys will say when faced with extra temptation. Of course, the boys who are not really in any particularly deep relationship, situationship, they will be kind of easy to kind of get on with the Bombshells. It'll be easy for them. But some of the other guys, I'm wondering, like, is Dijon gonna suddenly take an interest in one of the Bombshells? He's been really kind of faithful with Meg thus far. What about Ramel? You know, he's been serious about Lima, but will his head turn really quickly? He did sleep with 5 women in one night. That is head turning quickly if ever I heard it. Connor's had 1 kiss with Tony. I mean, he could easily, you know. Blue, if Blue is still in the villa, he's another one. So I think Ben might actually not do anything because he wants to keep stuff going with Shakira. And yeah, I think Harry, maybe. Although Harry's a bit of a dark horse, isn't he? Because he was quite gleefully playing Shakira and Helena last night. So if he's like that with those two, why wouldn't he go with a Bombshell? Do you know what I mean? So I think there's lots there to consider. I'm very curious to see how this is going to pan out. What do you reckon's going to happen? Yes, I leaned forward to say that. Opinions below. Let's discuss it. Do you like this twist? Are you excited about it? More excited than the fact that it's very hot outside? Let me know and we will talk about this man to man, woman to woman, animal to animal. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later. Bye.